What's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I finally made a PvZGW2 tier list that I can show you guys. Just to be aware, this is not in order. Like, I didn't like place like Twilight Jumper in the top of the average, and yeah, if you guys disagree, that is completely fine. But yeah, let's get straight into this tier list. I'm gonna go from bottom to top. First off, we got the just Y tier, the WJW. But yeah, these are honestly the worst characters in the game. I'll explain to them. This is the only tier that I actually have them in order. So Citron is by far the worst character in the game. It's just barely worse than freaking Cosmic Brains. So yeah, they're both practically the same. Just one's barely just better. But yeah, Cosmic Brains does like this, like a similar amount of damage to Electric Brains. I'm at Citron. It's just the slowest character in the entire game. It's slower than Torchwood. It's slower than Metal Pedal. It's honestly the worst jumper in the game. Even it has the most health. Even it does the most damage. It's just so not good. Because you have to get close to people in order to do damage, and you can't get close to people because you're slow as fuck. Like, oh my god. Even with freaking Sprint Pro, it's still really useless. Like, oh my god. And then the reason why I put Motivate Star is because he's actually the weakest character in the game. He only hits 3 freaking damage, a critical hit, really close range. Even if you have the damage upgrade, this character is still really weak. I recommend not using these characters at all unless you're ranking them up. That's a good excuse to actually use them. Like, I don't want you guys to see, like, I see why people will play them just for the challenge, but if you're interested in playing them, just don't play them at all. They're honestly really bad. And yeah, let's go into the next tier. Here we have the trash tier. The trash tier has some really bad characters that I was almost putting freaking Metal Pedal into the just wide because he was kind of the same as Armor Chomper, except that she has less health, but she actually has a good she actually has a decent ranged weapon. But it's not as good as the other characters. Honestly, you just use Sunflower or some Fireflower or Shadowflower. Those are even better. Even Powerflower. Use Powerflower. Even she's a knight. Even though she's only on the not good tier. And also, I know you guys are complaining. I gotta complain that freaking ISP is trash. I do not like ISP at all. I was so close to putting this in just Y tier, but it is a P short overall, and I do like using Hyper and Beat Bomb, and yeah. But yeah, AC Parry is also really bad as well. You got 4 Chompers over here. These are honestly the 4 worst Chompers in the game, except for Armor Chomper. You got Disco Chomper, Power Chomper, Chomping, and Toxic Chomper. I was thinking of putting Chomping in the worst tier, but I decided to give him a chance. Also, Reckless was not that good, because yeah. Anyways, let's go into the not good tier. The not good tier, honestly, I'm probably just gonna go pretty fast in this one because a lot of these characters honestly just not that interesting. Like, I put the 2D tier, they're honestly really bad. I don't know why freaking Captain Shepard's even that good. I don't think why people think he's that good. He's honestly not that good. But yeah, Captain Squirrel, we all know why he's there. We do have Sunflower and Powerflower and Torchwood. Torchwood, honestly, just a big target. I always get ZBG'd, even though you have Leaf Shield. I don't think he's, and I don't think it's enough to get him in the average tier. You also got four more Chompers, Normal Chomper, Fire Chomper, Unicorn Chomper, and Yeti Chomper. These Chompers, they're actually not as bad as the other 4 Chompers that are in the trash tier, but honestly, still, like, they're not as good as the other 3 Chompers that are higher than them, so yeah. And also Tennis Star, he's been nerfed a lot. He could have been at least in the good or the amazing tier if he didn't get nerfed. And yeah, Golf Star is just honestly just bad in general, and yeah, they're not good tier. This is probably the below average tier, so yeah, let's move on to the average. Alright, now we're starting to get into the okayish characters. So on the bottom we got Breakfast Brains, Electro Brains. I don't really like Electro Brains. Sorry, Jin, but yeah, I had to put him pretty low. And Dr. Toxic is probably the worst scientist in the game, apart and archaeologist as well. But yeah, we got some pea shooters, pea shooter and 5 pea shooter. I don't really use those that much in the game, that's why I just break them pretty low. We got two imps here, Little Drake and Pylon Imp. These two are okay, but like I always rely on their mechs. Like the imps are not really that good, but the mechs are pretty good. So that's why I put them in the average tier. We got two Chompers, Twilight Chomper, Count Chompula. These are the two okayest Chompers, because yeah, because I hate the spray ones, and these ones actually do pretty good at chomping, because Twilight can get close to your enemies, and Count Chompula you can heal, which is really good. Plus with Vampire it's even better. The Monk Cup and Barbecue Corn. Barbecue Corn got nerfed. He would have been like at least an amazing if he didn't get nerfed. Monk Cup is just the worst version of normal corn. Don't use it. And Centurion and Junior Supremo. Yeah, these two are honestly the two worst force soldiers in the game. Now, Citron, he was actually the hardest character for me to rank on my tier list. I was thinking him and putting in the good, but I just don't think he's better as the normal Citron or Party Citron, because they're both in the good tier, and yeah, like he does do less damage and he does freeze people though, but I just don't think it was good enough to put him in the good tier. Like most of these ice characters are really hard to rank on this tier list. Like Goalie Style was hard to rank, Frozen Citron was of course hard to rank, Ice P was hard to rank, and freaking the Frost Rose was hard to rank. This is like the only ice characters I think were easy was Ice Cactus, Yeti Chomper, and Archer. But yeah. Moving on to the good tier, these are better than average, so I'm fine if you guys use these. So we got 3 scientists over here. We got physicist, zoologist, and geologist. These ones are pretty good. They're not as better. They're not as better as the other ones in the amazing, which we'll get into later. And we also have 3 sunflowers over here: Fireflower, Stubby Flower, and Vampire Flower. These are honestly just pretty good ones in general, but there's just better ones out there. And Toxic P and Plasma P. I was actually really close to putting Plasma P in the amazing, but I just feel like I don't really use Plasma P that much. I'm not really a Plasma P player, so I have to put him in the good tier. And we got the Cactus. These ones are also really good as well. Both the Citrons. Again, these are better than the Frozen Citrons. That's why I put them higher than average. And yeah, I think that's all we gotta talk about. Really, like there's really nothing we can talk about the rest of this tier. Oh, and the imps, normal imp and party imp. Party imp and normal imp is exactly the same. The reason why I rate them so high is because their mech is really good. The missile madness, and yeah, and overall there's good characters. But yeah, let's move on to the amazing tier. Alright, moving on to the amazing tier. This is where we get into some really good characters, some characters that can really help you get into 100 kill games. So first off, we got 3 sunflowers, 5 foot soldiers, 4 scientists, 3 also. I was like, oh my god. Alright, we got a lot to talk through. So the 3 sunflowers we gotta talk through first. I love using Mystic Flower. I have really good accuracy with her. And then Shadow Flower and Sunflower are honestly just 2 broken sunflowers. Honestly, probably the 2 best sunflowers in the game. And we got 5 foot soldiers over here. These are honestly the most strongest foot soldiers in the game. Tank Commander. I'm kind of curious about Tank Commander and Scuba Soldier though, because they do about the same thing, but Scuba Soldier does a little bit more though. And yeah, the best one out of the 5 is probably Super Commander or Sky Trooper in my opinion. But yeah, and then we got the rest of the scientists except for Astronaut, which we get into later. So I think these are the best spray ones out of all of them. Like really, these do a lot of damage. The one that I'm kind of worried about, like, was computer scientist, because I was thinking of putting him in the top tier, but the crunch bird really ruins it. Like it makes your screen all blurry and stuff. Yeah. I also put all three of the detonate characters. The reason why I didn't put them in the top is I'm just really bad at detonation, but I just still feel like that should be at least in the amazing tier, and not below anything else. And then we got Landscaper and Popscorn. Popscorn is just a really good range character, does a lot of damage, and so of Landscaper as well, if you can hit your headshots and stuff. It's gonna be like probably the most underrated character in the entire game, along with Commander P as well. Commander P is also really good. And then we got Cactus and Future Cactus. Future Cactus does like 100 damage, which is like kind of like the same as Cactus. Cactus, you don't need to charge it, and you just have to hit your shots slowly with 66 damage. I forgot how much damage Cactus does, but yeah. And then we got 3 All-Stars over here. These All-Stars are honestly just the most strongest ones out of all of them. Goalie Star, really good freezing and shoots the longest. Hockey Star has a really good rate of fire and does a really good damage as well. All-Star is just the same thing out of both of them, except he doesn't have freezing, so yeah. And anyways, that's all I gotta talk about the amazing tier. Really good characters. Now finally we move on to the top tier. These are by far my favorite characters in the game. You might disagree with some, maybe like Deadbeard or Mechanic or something, but yeah, I'm gonna talk all through these. Toxic Brain's honestly probably the most broken legendary in the game, apart from maybe Commander and Citron are better than him. So yeah, Foot Soldier just by far does a lot of damage, just best overall, just normal character. I think it's better than freaking Deadbeard in my opinion. But there we go. Astronaut. Sorry, I forgot his name, but yeah, Astronaut. You do so much damage, 26 damage per shot, and you have like a lot of ammo. If you can land your, like most of these characters, like if you can hit your shots, these are really freaking good, which I do hit my shots with. Like Rose, honestly really strong, really good support character. Deadbeard, you have insane damage. Lorpy, if you have a really good trigger finger, and also Season, if you have a good trigger finger, they are both really good. Agent P also does a really good amount of damage. I think he's actually better than Lorpy, but I still put Lorpy in the Hulk Legends. But then we got Mechanic. Mechanic does so much damage, really good rate of fire, and a decent amount of ammo as well. And Citron, just the aim mode, you only need to get 5 kills. Sadly, shields don't count to the meter, which kind of sucks. I hope it did. I thought it would when I first got him, but it doesn't, which kind of sucks. But it's still a really OP character, and still, yeah, deserves in the Hall of Legends. And then we have Partycorn. Honestly, I think Partycorn and Commandercorn are honestly both practically the same, except they both have different legendary mode abilities, which are also like probably the most broken ones in the game. Partycorn just does so much damage when you're in party time, and then Commandercorn, I don't think they even needed the freaking legendary mode for Commandercorn, like, at all. But yeah, that is about it, guys. Well, hope you guys did enjoy my tier list for GW2. Sorry it took quite a long time to get from the Gun Warfare 1 tier list, but yeah, I spent quite a lot of time on this. Not really, I just can't really be bothered doing the tier list on GW2, but next time we're gonna be moving on to abilities. But if you guys do disagree with this tier list, it's absolutely fine. It's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing Gun Warfare 1 abilities, because those are basically the same as Gun Warfare 2. They only swapped out the turret and the drone for Engineer. So yeah, we're just going to be doing GW2 and BFN abilities, and we'll just move on. I'll think of when we're going to move on after abilities. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment. And see you guys next time. Peace out.